Welcome to the blog for Thursday, the 16th of August. This is day 49 of 65 of the Compound Effect Challenge, making forward progress every single day, applying my edge and my method, making sure all the little things are getting done. You know, that there's plans to handle all the areas from small to big, and having a very systematic approach that where the reliability of the program just comes to the fact that everything's done systematically, and it's not like I'm second guessing myself through having to make all the decisions or making discretional decisions myself. As for the trading strategy, keeping focused on three key areas within the market, or sorry, three key strategies based on three different areas. I'd basically call the continuing trend area just where I'm looking at mid-range, or not necessarily mid-range, but just sitting off its highs and lows and just basing specific blueprints of key levels, and basically this type of trend I'm just really going with. With this type of strategy, just going with first of all the key level, relying on that, and then also the direction of the moving average 20, just making that the guide for which way the market is currently pushing, and of course want to go with that particular trend or that direction. Strategy 2 is just really a continuation from those mid trend areas, and looking at breaking the highs and lows. Every single day there's an opportunity to potential look at breaking the high and low. Like for example today, didn't actually get any sort of setup and wasn't close to taking a trade, but it kept on pushing through the highs, and the only time really throughout the day any opportunity I really had was to do with this strategy. So what I mean by that is there's just always opportunity if you can find a way to systemize it and make it, make sure you're approaching the area the same way each time and develop confidence in that way. So for me, it's based on, again, some key levels, price action. Doesn't necessarily have to be a key level that's coming through the market day in, day out, but just has to be a price action that's based in the immediate area. So over the last hour or so, where is the market dealing around that price, and applying my blueprint to that area. And of course, what it involves is other market support. So what I found when breaking highs and lows, it can be a little bit more volatile or a bit of a different type of market. So by involving other markets, for me, it really picks out the better areas and gets rid of some areas where I know that the blueprint comes up, but there's just no support there from other markets. So makes it very easy, or make it a very black and white plan as to when to take it and not to take it based on other market support. And then strategy 3 is basically, when I look into it, when I think about it, break it down, it's the opposite to these strategies here. So looking at these particular areas, and for me the three areas is just an area where the market should go, whether it's the upside or downside. Basically a 5-minute buying area or a 5-minute fade area, or breaking the high low area, just where it looks like it should really go. There's an area where you can see the market's launched itself from, and if it fails to go and it comes back and pushes pressure on that pivot or that launching area, and all the other markets are pushing through with it again, so the other markets are showing power through that area, then taking the new direction, or the new basically the reversal pattern. So any time, for example, the market goes to go higher, it's really, there was an example of it. Today's not a clear example, but for example back here, there's a bit of a clear pivot area which it eventually broke, but I can have an opportunity where it grips and goes higher, or if it doesn't want to go higher, places pressure on this pivot. And either way, there wasn't really a setup either way for me, but covering the areas that I like to trade and the potential on both sides. So when I look at the three strategies, that's what they bring to the table, so to speak, for me. So as far as today's concerned, here's the daily charts. We've pushed up and we've made higher highs. We've broken these highs up here, which is the highs of the last couple of years. So that's quite significant as far as this market's concerned. 15-minute chart. We've got this new trend line which is really confirming itself now. When I see a trend line basically turn this market around on both sides, so it's acting as resistance here. So I drew it in once we hit this third time here. So I was already predetermined, then seeing the market bounce off it and use it as support here, and currently now it's coming down and in pre-market using it as support now. So it'll be interesting to see come Friday what this market wants to do in regards to that trend line. But it's the same as this trend line back here. Once the market reacts both sides to it, really confirms the area, and same as support and resistance area. Support and resistance lines, 1403 is probably the most significant level in the market at the moment, and again, in this cash market, we've really found some support off, and that's where it's launched itself higher again from. And basically, for the last week or couple of weeks, it's been the line that's basically contained the markets on the downside, and then upside, downside, and then upside. It's just this pivotal area in the market that just keeps on playing out. So as far as trades, two potential areas that I looked at. Only one I actually put on the order to get in, but there was no fill there, and they both happened based around this breakout box. So you've got the key level in here at 1403. It was the only area I was really looking at as far as a key price level that's been forming over the last few days or weeks. Got the perimeters around this pre-market action, so you can see pre-market there. We came down, broke on the downside of those perimeters. Again, the other markets really need to be supporting the area. If you look at this at the Nasdaq here, so you can see just no desire to go down at all. Every time it's coming down, it's getting a sharp bounce off the downside and pushing straight back up into its range. So when I'm seeing something like that, even if it does want to go down, for me, it's not a predictable area. So it got through here, and also the fact there's a significant support there too, but it got through. Looking to come back and use it as a resistance. It just, for me, it doesn't look like it's going to hold as resistance because of that Nasdaq, and that's where the other markets come into play. Then we start pushing up like this, again bringing over the Nasdaq. You can see the power and the conviction on the upside now. The Russell, Dow Jones, all the markets look exactly the same. So basically what I'm waiting for here is the market to push through this area, buy 4 ticks, come back, place the order on, use it as support. So unfortunately, it just dealt along this area here. The order was there, just kept flashing on, flashing on, flashing on. It just never got filled, and then away it's gone. So directional breakout, downside, I'm not interested due to my system, my model. Directional breakout, upside, just no fill as far as the order is concerned. Then this market just kept on pushing higher. And as far as, obviously here, there's a pullback here, pullback here, pullback here, looking at potential breakout trades, but the blueprint never set up. It never basically come back enough. Like these areas here, only pulling back about 6 ticks. It's very shallow, and there was just no price that was developing in any of these pullback areas for me to potentially base a blueprint on. So again, no trades today. So that's the Thursday. I'm back on Friday.